Hey there, I'm Peter Soby with the Distill It with RichardListens show, along with Dr. Richard Oelberger. Way to take it.
Dramatic pause,
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, we like little dramatic, flourishes there. But we are here at the Stanford University. You can see us both sporting our Stanford hats. I got the baseball style Stanford hat.
It's a nice look.
Yeah, thank you. I like it. And
You
this
fall in
Mr.
love.
Complimenter here is none other than Jordan Watkins, who has played his collegiate career here at Stanford.
75.
Oh yeah.
Right
Oh
here.
yeah, number 75. So the next step in the evolution for Mr. Jordan Watkins is the NFL. That is very exciting.
Very exciting.
So there's a lot of preparation, and we want to know a little bit about that, but tell us about, you're on the precipice of the pinnacle of sports, the NFL. How does that feel?
It's crazy how fast this whole thing has happened. Just thinking it was literally 5 years ago that I first got here, and it doesn't feel like it was 5 years ago. It feels like it's a whole lot shorter. I do think about that every now and then, but at the same time, this is something that I've dreamed of for a while, and I know a lot of people dream of making it this far, and so to be on the brink of it is pretty unbelievable.
And so what type of things are you doing now to get ready for, it's basically you got Pro Day coming up, right?
Yes, sir. March 23rd. And so right now, I am working with a trainer, and I'm actually together with one of my other teammates, Dallas Lloyd, who was a starting safety here. And so the base of this for my trainer is actually in Sacramento.
Okay.
And I go up there once a week. I go on Thursdays. Dallas goes up on Tuesdays. And we have a double-day session up there. And then on the weekends, our trainer, Kellen McCrary, he comes down into this area. And so Friday through Sunday, we're training with him. And actually now we just started the next aspect of our training process, which is doing the field position work and things like that, getting ready for some drills you might see on Pro Day. And we do that on Fridays and Mondays. So everything's really starting to move fast.
You know what just dawned on me? Today is February 23rd.
It is.
In exactly
So,
1 month.
I know.
You finally got the month right. Peter's
Yeah.
he's been jumping us ahead this whole
I
trip.
know, I've been confusing March and February and I know that your Pro Day will be on a Friday because March matches with February exactly. That's why I've been
I think
confusing it.
Is it Thursday? Oh, yeah, today's the 24th, is it?
Oh, see, am I getting? I'm getting the day. Today's the 24th.
Don't let him
Right.
plan your
You know
trip.
what? He
Don't let
got-
him-
So it's on Thursday.
He got the month right, so we got to start somewhere, right?
Okay.
Wow, but still, so we're literally 30 days away, 29 days away from your Pro Day. That's so exciting.
It is.
And we are going to follow up with Jordan after Pro Day. Maybe we can have you call into the show or
Okay.
something like that. And at the very least, we'll be communicating, and we'll definitely let you guys know, our audience, how his Pro Day went for him.
I'd love to.
And, of course, we'll be keeping our eyes on the draft and everything. But Dr. Richard, kind of follow up with a little about
Yeah, well, you're 30 days out, and you talked about in our last segment about, the sadness of transition out of your last college game, and now here you are doing the specialized training, trying to bring your mindset and your game to a whole nother level. What's that like to have to motivate individually right now without the team around you, and then how do you stay up for that?
Well, I think even though while you're on the team and you obviously want everyone around you, you kind of look out for everyone around you, still at some point it is an individual thing where you're focused on yourself to get better, to help your team out. And that's kind of how I look at it now too. It's that even though I technically don't have a team, eventually if this all pans out the way I want it to, I will. And so I have to, one, get myself in the best shape and form ready to impress people and, put out there that, this is someone that I want on my team. And then also if I get picked up by somebody, that I'm ready to help out and put some good things on tape for them as well.
It's amazing, I'm not an NFL general manager or head coach.
Not yet.
Exactly. But let me tell you, seriously, I don't know what they put into evaluating and stuff, but in just the 48 hours I've been interacting with Jordan, and now we had lunch together, we've been talking. You are quality, man.
Thank you.
I mean, I want you on my team. I want you to have my back. I mean, I think you're like one of the least self-centered athletes I've ever met.
I appreciate it. And I mean,
it's crazy.
I appreciate that a lot. And I mean, that's just how, that's how my parents raised me to be. I think, obviously in their professions, they look out for other people. But, that's just how they are. And then even here at Stanford, that's just how our locker room is. Where, everyone is willing to do more or do less in terms of, how many balls they catch or things like that for whatever the team needs. And I think I think you can see the proof that people have bought into that because of how successful we've been as of late.
It's even, the small stuff. I mean, this guy is so polite. We sat down at lunch together. He was raised right. He didn't start eating until we were all ready to eat. Dr. Richard was late with his burger, but he and I
Always late.
started.
It doesn't change.
But I mean, I noticed these little things, like you did not start eating until we were all kind of settled in to eat. And then, I mean, the guy doesn't even talk with his mouth full of food. He sits there letting his food get cold while we're asking him all these questions because it's like he's not eating while he's talking, like the most polite thing in the world.
Yeah.
I mean...
Yeah, so I guess you bring up a good point. So if you're raised with good role models and then you get out there on the field and people are doing what they can to say whatever they can to get an edge on you, how do you stay centered with that or handle that?
Well, it depends. Sometimes I'll just laugh about it and just keep going on. But there are moments where it's fun. It's like, all right, well, if we're gonna talk, and I'll say something back, and it's kind of like if you ever heard. I think I heard this Richard Sherman segment before, where when he was first blowing up as a great cornerback and a great having a great persona about him. Everyone always just knew him as like a big loudmouth trash talker type player, when in reality that's not it. One thing I believe he said was that he's not really going to talk to you unless you talk to him first, and then after that it's a whole different ball game. It's a completely different ball game. And I mean, for the most part, that's how I feel like I am. I'm always talking to my guys or things like that, but if someone else says something, it's fun to go back and forth every now and then.
Yeah, gotta defend your turf and keep a boundary somehow,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
So before we end up this segment, Jordan, just give us your final thought heading into pro day. NFL's on the horizon.
I mean, I'm excited, and I've seen results already from how the training has been going, and things look really, really good. And if you look back over my Stanford playing career, I really haven't played that much until this year. And so I'm sure that because of that, and there's a lack of tape for me, that some people might be skeptical about what I can or can't do. But I'm confident in what I can do. What my coaches here have instilled in me with different techniques and things like that, and just all the work that I've done from high school and before all the way up to now. I'm just excited to see all that pay off on March 23rd.
And the smart people aren't going to see lack of tape. They're going to see some fresh ass legs.
There you go.
It's like, seriously, you're not going to be worn out.
Right.
It's attitude's there, the physicalness is there. I'm telling you.
Well, that's a good point. A lot of scouts are noticing people who've been overtrained and are worn down, and so that's a good question then to leave on. What if you're talking to an NFL scout? Of course, We know the Falcons and the Niners you're going to be talking to. But if the other teams as well, what do you want them to know about you and about that fact that there's still room for you to show your best work in the future?
One thing I've always heard from people before who have had experience with guys in the NFL and things like that, they say once people have made it there, that hunger for them kind of goes away because they feel like once they're there, they've made it. Whereas for me, I still think I have so much good football left to put out there that it's that hunger's still there, and I just want another chance to show it to everybody. So
Amazing. So I think on that note, we will end this one. Once again, I'm Peter Soby with the Distill It with RichardListens show on UBN TV Radio, live from the Sunset Gower Studios every Monday night, along with Dr. Richard Oelberger. And it's just been such a thrill to spend all this time with you, Jordan. Thank you so much.
Yeah, keep your eyes out.
Thank
March
you.
23rd, keep your eyes out. NFL Pro Day. And keep looking out for Mr. Jordan Watkins.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having me.